Good morning, everybody. It's Matthew Street. Welcome to my channel. As always, I truly appreciate you being here. Folks, this is just going to be a quick video, a couple of minutes long, but I just want to get your opinion on something. I want to know if you think I'm wrong on this, or I can stand corrected. If I'm wrong and you think I'm out of line, just tell me, Matt, I don't agree with you, or maybe you do agree with me. I'm not here to force my opinion on anybody. I just want to throw it out there. I had a thought that came to me. I said, I want to see what the people think about this situation. Now, today's a big day. It's Saturday morning. It's record store day. Ringo's Crooked Boy is coming out. John Lennon's Mind Games EP is coming out. I mean, there's a lot of stuff happening. 2024 is shaping up to be a great year to be a Beatles fan. Let's be honest, okay? And May 8th, Let It Be's coming out, revamped, revised. George has a couple of vinyl things. There's a lot going on in the Beatles world. Paul McCartney, one hand clapping. I just did a video about that. But folks, real quick. So, Crooked Boy, Ringo Starr, is coming out today on an EP, Record Store Day. And I don't know how I'm going to get mine. I think I ordered it, so when it does get released officially, I'm getting the black vinyl or something, whatever I'm getting. I forget what I ordered. But I'm not going to stand in the line on Record Store Day. I'm just getting too old, too tired to do those things anymore. So I don't have the patience. Anyway, but Ringo and Linda Perry did a special event yesterday at Amoeba Records out in Los Angeles or Hollywood, California. And they did it with the support of the Beatles channel. I believe Chris Carter from the Beatles channel was there. I'm not sure who was hosting, but it looked like a great event. They had a little stage set up, and they announced that Crooked Boy was going to be premiered. They were going to play the whole EP for the people at Amoeba, and then Ringo was going to do it. There was going to be some type of raffle contest after, and Ringo showed up looking great, folks. You can go on YouTube and look it up. You'll see some videos for it. He looked fantastic. I loved his outfit. He's got his black jeans on, his black like denim jacket. He just looks good. His hair looked great. I don't mean to keep hopping on his appearance, but we have to be honest, folks. Ringo is going to be 84 years old in July, coming up in a couple of months. The guy looks and sounds amazing. Amazing. Anyway, that's an aside. Ringo just looked great. Looked so cool. You know, Ringo, forever cool, right? So they show up to this event. Now, here's where it gets dicey for me, and I'm throwing it out to you. Because now, you think I would just watch it over. There's Ringo. He got up. He talked about the EP. Linda talked about the EP, you know, and how it all came about and everything. You know the story. But here's the thing that bothered me, folks. I don't use profanity on the Matthew Street channel. That is a decision I made back in 2017, early 2017, when I first joined this as a host. I'd been on YouTube a little bit before that, but when I joined as Matthew Street and started making videos, I made a conscious decision. I said, no matter what happens, and you've seen me get excited on my channel when I act like a lunatic, no matter how excited I get or something gets me excited, I'm going to show decorum. I'm going to show respect for my audience because I don't know who's watching, how young they are, how old they are, their background, very diverse background, I assume. I made a conscious decision. I'm not going to be profane on my channel. Now, does that mean I'm against swearing or against profanity? No. In my personal life, and I'm being totally upfront and honest with you, I do use profanity, okay? Now, when I say that, we all have different levels and degrees we use profanity. Some of us use it every other word, the F-bomb. Some people, it's like once in a while. Some, they use certain profanities more frequently than other profanities, you know, depending on the level of it, so to speak. You know, the 7 dirty words, as George Carlin once talked about, one of his routines. You know, your average low-level type profanities, you know, like the SHIT one, you know, that one I do use frequently. I might use some other mild ones frequently in my, you know, day-to-day, getting excited about things, talking to people in my daily life. Certainly never around my children when they were young or my grandchildren, you know. And I don't swear too much in front of my wife, Mrs. Street, although a little bit. And a little bit she'll swear to me, depending on the situation, you know. But so in my personal life, what I'm getting at, folks, is I do use profanity. Okay? But I don't do it here because it's a public forum and I just made that decision. Okay? Now, but when you're at a special event, let's say you swear a lot in your personal life, and now you're at a special public event where you've been asked to speak to an audience, and it's a special moment, like Ringo Starr releasing his next EP, which is a big deal when a Beatles releasing new music. It's been all set up with a big event, Beatles channels hosting and all this stuff. There's big signs, Beatles, the Beatles channel, and one of the Beatles is appearing and he's going to speak. You would think Linda Perry, being the producer of this new EP and being, all behind it and all that, and she's so talented. I'm not here to slam Linda Perry as a human being. She's a talented individual, songwriter. She's amazing. She's an amazing talent. But, you'd think in the forum like that, she'd use a little public decorum, If you want to drop F-bombs, Linda, off stage or when you come on stage, use decorum when you're on stage in public, when a million people are filming this and they're asking you and Ringo questions about the EP. And there's Ringo being so professional. Ringo, not throwing F-bombs out there or anything. He's just speaking about how he got to work with Linda Perry, how it all came about. He's got another 10-track album coming and blah, blah, blah. And he's so excited about working with Linda. She's so great. And that's all wonderful. And then it's Linda's turn to speak and she's dropping F-bombs. Oh, I was so effing this. And then if you talk a little bit more, yeah, and then I said effing that. I'm like, I'm not saying it was every other word, but it was just enough that it kind of made me kind of tilt my head a little bit like, really? You couldn't, control your profanities for just a few minutes while this presentation is happening, which is being filmed by a million people. Everyone who's there with a camera is filming this thing, filming Ringo, and you're dropping F-bombs. Folks, tell me if I'm wrong. Any of you that worked in public affairs or public relations or media relations, like I have in the past, years ago, well, maybe back me on this and say, Matt, you're right. When you're in a public, formal setting, or even if it's a set like this was a semi-formal setting, but they're coming up on stage at Amoeba in Hollywood, and the Beatles channel is sponsoring this, and I'm sure they're not going to, air this stuff with F-bombs and that. I get it. They'll cut them out or whatever they do. But, you think she could control her profanity for just a couple of minutes to talk about this EP and working with a Beatle, Ringo Starr? Do you have to drop F-bombs is what I'm saying, folks, And she's smacking on gum, and I'm not here to criticize that. I chew gum on occasion. But, they come up on stage, she's smacking on the gum, talking, and then, chewing on gum like she's, chewing on a cud, like a cow or something. I'm like, can't you take the gum out, put it away, come up on stage, show some semi-professionalism, or basically what I'm saying here is show some respect, Linda. Okay? This is Ringo Starr, former Beatle. Man's going to be 84 years old. This man has lived it all, okay? And he comes up and shows respect for his audience by not swearing and acting like a disrespectful, and you're up there swearing. I mean, I get it. You're excited to work with Ringo, but folks, just tell me if I'm being over the top a little bit. And again, maybe I am being over the top because I got to find content to make videos. And so this just didn't sit right with me. I was like, you know what? I swear. I'm not against people who swear or use profanity. I use it, okay, in my personal life. But when I'm in a public forum like this, semi-formal, show some decorum, show some respect for what you're doing for just a couple of minutes. And when you get off stage, want to drop an F-bomb every other word, go ahead. I don't care. I'm not here to criticize anyone who swears. I swear. That's it, folks. Just want to get your take on it. Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, okay. I'm wrong. I admit it. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.